Hey guys, Haley here, flying and bright and crashing into your backyard. So hey guys, I'm back and I'm pumped up. I just finished my OSSLT today, and surprisingly, it was easier than I thought it would be, and probably should have been. The real issue was time. In case you don't know what OSSLT is, it's basically EQAO, but longer. Okay, I can sense the confusion in your minds because I'm psychic and I can see the future. Which makes sense since EQAO and OSSLT are both Canadian things. OSSLT takes place in 10th grade. It means Ontario Secondary School Literacy Test. Though everyone either calls it the Lit Test or I'm friggin' screwed. Basically, you read a bunch of short stories / articles and then you answer a bunch of multiple choice and short answer questions about it. EQAO takes place in 3rd grade, 6th grade, and 9th grade, and it means Education Quality Assessment Office. Basically the exact same thing as OSSLT, except that you don't have to worry so heavily on grammar. But anyway, you guys aren't here to hear about that. You're here to watch a video about the weird things that bother me and probably don't bother you. I'm a friggin' weirdo, so some of these might be really strange and have literally no basis, but I'd like to see how many people share them with me, so comment down below how many of these you struggle with. Oh, and before we start, I'd like to let you guys know that I'm looking for an editor who can add background music to my videos. I could do it, but the damn thing takes like 3 hours to load, no joke. I'll post our email in the description. Send us one if you can do it. I'll provide the video and the music, you just have to put it in. And I'll credit you and you might become a famous editor, so it's a win-win. Anyway, on to the video. Number 1, yawning. Most people see yawning as a sign of boredom or a lack of sleep. People yawn whenever they want, but to me, yawning is a privilege. Usually around spring, I lose the ability to yawn. Yeah. If I want to yawn, I have to be standing in just the right position, and I can't have anything pressing against my lower stomach, and that's just if I'm lucky. Usually my yawns get stuck halfway in my throat, so I don't get that satisfying breath of air, and my chest feels all tight. I don't have asthma or anything, I think it just has something to do with the weather. Oh well. Number 2, waste of time. It's no secret that my brain works differently from everyone else's, but one thing my brain loves to do is label certain activities as productive and certain activities as a waste of time. I used to read all the time, but now my brain has labeled it as a waste unless there's nothing else to do. So I usually end up reading in church. My brain instantly shuns anything that isn't productive or enjoyable as a waste of time. Like, writing is productive because it produces something. And video games are productive because even though they're not really helpful at all with the storyline progressing through it, I feel like I've produced something because I've gotten further in the story, so my brain thinks this is productive because you're making progress. I don't like to go to bed when I'm not tired because instead of laying in bed for 5 minutes waiting to fall asleep, I could be being productive. I only like to go to bed when I touch my head to the pillow, close my eyes, and don't want to open them again. As stupid as it may sound, this causes a lot of stress for me when I have nothing to do. I hope I'm not the only one who has this problem. Number 3, favorites. You know when you ask someone about their favorite song or movie and they can tell you in an instant or at least within a minute? Yeah, I can't do that. When I hear that question, I immediately begin scrolling through the vague memories clustered in my brain for an answer. Usually, I can't find one. I can only answer when I have a preset one ready to go. For instance, my favorite color is blue, and my favorite dessert is palichinke. In case you don't know, palichinke is, in a word, the greatest dessert in the world. It originated in Hungary, and it's basically like a crepe, but it's not a crepe. At least I don't think it is. I don't really know what the difference is. How my grandma serves it is she puts on like jam, like homemade jam with like the fruit chunks in it. And then she rolls it up and she sprinkles it with powdered sugar. And it's the best thing in the world. Number 4, mangoes. I have a weird obsession with mangoes, specifically the frozen mango chunks. The Europe's Best brand are amazing. I don't even heat them up, I just eat them frozen. I usually use them when I'm too lazy to make breakfast or just have nothing to eat. The problem is they're rarely on sale, and then I go through mango withdrawal, which is terrifying. Number 5, stepping over sidewalk cracks. You know how they say, step on a crack, break your mom's back? Well, I step over them for a different reason. I'll step over one crack with the left leg, and then the next crack with the right leg, and then I'll do it again, and I'll never step over 2 cracks in a row with the same leg, because then one leg starts to feel warm and one starts to feel cold, and it's just awful. It also makes me look really weird when I walk. Number 6, cleaning glasses. It drives me insane if there is just a single speck of dust on my glasses. And usually, wiping it away only causes it to smear more. And most of my shirts aren't made of adequate material to clean glasses. I know I'm not the only one with this problem, but it's horrible and it happens every day. Number 7, distracted by colors. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit hypersensitive to everything. But if I'm trying to focus on something and in the corner of my vision there's something red, I have to block it with my hand because it impedes my focus. And if there's something dark on a light surface, it has the same effect. It's awful, and I can usually never catch a break. Number 8, spelling color. I live in Canada, and over here, words like color, valor, flavor, savor are all spelt with a U. The problem is, I don't spell like that. I grew up on books by American authors, so my brain has kind of been trained to spell the words without the U, and I feel terrible because it feels like a betrayal to my country. Jeez, isn't that just the sign of a zealous nationalist right there? Haha, the next one's about nationalism too. Number 9, singing the anthem. I'm always the first to stand and the last to sit when the national anthem comes on at school. I openly reject the feminists who want to change it, and that's saying something because I'm female. I love it so much, I sing it in the shower. Now, who else sings their national anthem in the shower? The issue is, I want to sing the national anthem at school, but I'm too shy. It turns into a long, awkward period where you're standing, and you try to stare at the wall, and you fear that your fly is open, and you can't fix it because you're standing and people are watching. I see girls on their phones and stuff, and I am so disgusted. People should respect the anthem. People should sing the anthem. I would, but I'm too scared of looking stupid. Fun fact, in Canada, or at least Ontario, I'm not sure if other provinces do this thing. We have this thing that comes before the anthem called the territorial acknowledgements. I hear it so often, I can probably recite it by heart. Okay, here goes nothing. Good morning, Grand River. Please rise for the territorial acknowledgements and anthem. We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather today is the land traditionally used by the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and neutral peoples. We also acknowledge the enduring presence and deep traditional knowledge, laws, and philosophies of the indigenous people with whom we share this land today. Totally depressing. They have 3 people read it. One stops in the middle of a sentence and then the other continues where they left off. And I'm pretty sure they mispronounced the names of the native groups. And if you can guess the spelling of those native groups, you will definitely get a shout out in my next video for the most knowledgeable about extremely obscure and totally unnecessary to know words award. Number 10, Grammar Nazi. Hail grammar! I'm not gonna do the Nazi salute because even as a joke, it's against my completely unreasonable moral code. I'm not gonna say calling someone a Nazi is okay, but if there's someone you're gonna call a grammar Nazi, well, it should be me. I'm the most perfectionistic person in my entire friggin' school. Whenever I read a book and I find a mistake the editors made, I feel like I'm on top of the world. Once in class, we swapped a written answer thing and we had to correct the other's spelling and grammar and punctuation and capitalization. And I get the feeling that I made the girl that I corrected feel like utter trash. But seriously, my English teacher says my grammar is impeccable, and that was like the highlight of my 10th grade year. Fortunately, I don't use this when I'm talking to real people because spoken grammar is a whole lot harder to read than written grammar. Hey, want to hear a joke? How do you comfort a grammar Nazi? You pat them on the shoulder and say, there. That was horrible. I'm just so obsessed with writing rules. I have an Oxford 2nd edition college level dictionary in my room right next to my bed just for whenever I need it. I swear it's over 500 pages long. So basically, I'm an expert on the English language, which is why I started to learn German. I wonder what grammar is in German. Searching on the internet, do. Grammatik. Huh. No surprise there. So anyway, that was 10 problems that I have that normal people usually don't have. I'm thinking of making a video about my completely unreasonable moral code. So if you want to see more of those videos, please comment down below and like this video too. I'm sure that'll be a really fun video to make. And if you want to be notified of those videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell thingy right next to it to become a starling today. And don't forget to write your grammar notes in the comments. Grammar jokes, not notes, jokes. Damn, this is a blooper. Beep. And don't forget to keep your wrong friggin' hand. Beep. And don't forget to write your grammar jokes in the comments below. Yes, I got it right that time. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. I will see you all later, and this is Haley flying out. Peace.